Viewers, today latest update from Ethiopia, Tigray and Sudan. Viewers, after announcing the release of a number of prominent opposition leaders from prison, the Ethiopian government confirmed on Friday its intention to open a dialogue with figures from the political opposition. The statement issued by the Government Communications Office stated that dialogue is the key to lasting peace. Freeing political prisoners. These developments came after Ethiopia announced on Friday evening amnesty for a group of political prisoners with the aim of achieving political openness and launching a comprehensive national dialogue. The amnesty includes those who were arrested in connection with previous problems and others arrested in connection with the Tigray war, including the 87-year-old founder of the front, Sibat Naga, and other leaders of the front, Jawar Muhammad and his companion from the Oromia Federal Congress Party, and Iskandar Naga, founder of the Belarus Democracy Party, true colleagues. The statement also added that the amnesty comes within the framework of preparing to solve the country's political problems through dialogue and away from conflicts. Independent Committee for National Dialogue. It is noteworthy that the Ethiopian Parliament had passed a law to form an independent committee to conduct a comprehensive national dialogue to overcome the effect of war and conflicts and create a national consensus on basic issues. The conflict between the Tigray Liberation Forces and Ethiopian forces have claimed thousands of lives and caused a serious humanitarian crisis, forcing more than 2 million people to flee their homes, according to the United Nations. On the other hand, according to the Sudan sources, today, Saturday, the United States renewed its call on leaders and officials in Sudan to hold a comprehensive dialogue on the democratic transition. Assistant Secretary of State for African Affairs Antony Blinken announced in a statement that she met in Sudan with civilian leaders and members of the Sovereign Council to clarify United States policy. She also indicated that she stressed that the United States will not expand bilateral relations between the two countries without the security forces stopping the use of force against demonstrators and holding those involved accountable, as she put it. Civilian government in turn. The Secretary General of the United Nations, Antonio Guterres, called earlier yesterday for dialogue between the Sudanese, stressing the commitment of the international organization to support the transitional period until the election. He also stressed the need to expedite the formation of a civilian government. It is noteworthy that since the resignation of Prime Minister Hamdok on January 3, international calls have been continued to expedite the formation of a civilian government as soon as possible, paving the way for election in the country later. In the constitutional document of 2019, the protests also continued, rejecting the agreement signed by Hamdok with the commander of the armed forces, Abdel Fattah al-Burhan, on last November 21, proving the partnership with the military component in running the country temporarily until the election next year. Since last October 25, the day the army imposed exceptional measures and dissolved the previous government headed by Hamdok himself, it has led to the death of nearly 60 protesters. According to what was announced by the Sudanese Doctors Committee, a civilian committee that contributed extensively to the civil movement that began in December before years for the removal of former regime President Umar al-Bashir. Until this movement A segment of the civilian committees in the country, especially in Khartoum, still refuses to involve the military component in the government and its calls are to the demonstration. Despite the proof more than once that the armed forces will not play any role in governance after the elections. And viewers, according to the Oromia sources, big celebration to welcome the release of the leader of the Oromia civilians, Jawar Muhammad, are taking place tonight in the city of Oromia. There is a lot of things to do. So let's watch this video.
Isa bala chubeku, matu tu itali thola nurrae du. Wana balla ma brava, brava, brava. Na, ya jawar ko na. Galatoba. Polisi kenyas kabaju kabdan. Kabaja.